What's going on, CrossFit Federal Way? It is Saturday. We've made it to the weekend. One more week down. Hopefully not that many more to go. So anyway, guys, with this workout, this starts off is it is with a running clock. So every 5 minutes for 20 minutes, including 0, you are going to perform, well, let's get into it. 12 power cleans, 115 pounds on the bar today for guys, 75 pounds for ladies. So it is not necessarily a heavy bar. Should be something we were able to cycle those 12 reps unbroken every time, ideally. So if you look at 115, you're like, I can't cycle that for 12 reps. I want you to scale this to a weight where you can cycle it for 12 reps, at least on your first round, without letting go of the barbell. So we go 12 power cleans, 9 bar facing burpees, because everyone loves those, and then 6 floor presses, same weight, so same barbell the whole time. Once you're done with that 12, 9, 6, it is out the door for a 200-meter sprint. So it's either 200 meters on foot or 250 meters on a rower. And you're going to then rest the remainder of that 5 minutes. So every time that 5 minutes ticks over, start again. 12 power cleans, 9 bar facing burpees, 6 floor press, up and out the door on that sprint, 200 meters, rest and try to recuperate as best you can. Now, 5 minutes is not that much time. When we look at what's in front here, the intention here is you're going to be going as hard and fast as you can. When it is time to work, it is time to work really hard. When you get to that 200-meter sprint, it should actually be a sprint as best as you can after doing a handful of reps with a barbell and some burpees. So we're elevating the heart rate, we're spiking that heart rate, and then we're asking you to do something that is gonna be a lot harder when that heart rate's already elevated and you're breathing heavy. So the goal here, now, while everyone's doing the same amount of work, this isn't really something you do for time, right? Because it is a set amount of time. It is 20 minutes of work. That means it's 4 rounds. And you're starting a new round on the 5-minute mark. So at 0, at 5 minutes, at 10 minutes, and at 15 minutes on the clock, that's when you're starting your round. So how do we track a score? Well, keep track of your 200-meter sprint times. Track your splits, at least as best as you can. That might mean having a stopwatch with you so you're tracking your actual split time on your 200-meter run. When you go out the door, you start it. When you get back in, you stop it so you have the exact amount of time. Or just keep an eye on the clock. Take note of what time it was when you went out and what time when you came back. But I can promise you that when you're under duress and you're breathing heavy and you're tired and you're towards the end of this workout, tracking that on your own is going to be a lot harder. So maybe having a stopwatch or something to time it somehow. Maybe it's an Apple Watch or something else that can track those things for you, where you can just start it, do your sprint, stop it. But find some way to track your splits, because what we're going to want for your score is your fastest and your slowest 200-meter split times. So your fastest sprint, that's probably going to be round number 1. Your slowest sprint is probably going to be round number 4, maybe, who knows. So track those. This is what's for score as far as this workout goes. Why do I want you to sprint them? Because I want you to maximize your rest time. If you just go out there and you run a nonchalant 200 meters, that might be a minute of running, give or take. But the reality is we've got 5 minutes. So that 12 power cleans, that might be a minute of work. 9 bar facing burpees might be a minute of work, depending on how quickly you cycle your bar facing burpees. Floor press, by the time you get under the bar transition, knock out your floor press. We're probably talking 45 seconds. So we're looking at maybe about 3 minutes here. That leaves me 2 minutes to sprint. It's more than enough time to finish, but if I want to maximize my rest time, I got to get that 200 meters out of the way as fast as possible. So you'll notice that you'll have to want to stay consistent to get any rest. As you slow down, you get less rest. That makes the next round harder. Again, it's only 4 rounds. So just hang on, just keep moving. But let's go ahead and talk about all the movements that we're getting into today and talk about our standards, starting with those power cleans. So using a barbell, and again, normally 115-pound bar. I have 95 pounds on this bar for the sake of demo. We're starting off with 12 power cleans. The power clean, just like we talked about snatches earlier this week at that jump and punch, it's a jump and catch. So big jump, catching that bar in that front rack position. You'll want to do these unbroken. So while you can see that my grip is relaxed at the top, I'm gonna re-grip the bar as I come back down and go into my next rep. If I try to death grip the bar the whole time, I'm gonna be taxing my grip a whole lot more than I necessarily need to. Now you can attack these however you want to, but what I'm gonna recommend is try to keep those reps unbroken. Try to keep cycling those reps through all 12. When you're done with 12, you're into bar facing burpees. Now bar facing burpees, chest and thighs hit the deck. My head is all the way back behind my bar. From here, I'm gonna come up and up and over the bar. 2 foot takeoff, 2 foot landing. Right into my next burpee. So 9 bar facing burpees and then floor press. When I get done with my burpees, I'm gonna then scoot under my bar and then use my hips to get the bar up and over my head. So the floor press, elbows come down and touch the floor, and then I press right back up to full extension at the top. Making sure to keep those elbows at about a 45-degree angle. So I don't want to send my elbows way out when I'm going down. I want to make sure they stay closer to my body. It's a much more natural tracking pattern for your shoulders and everything else. So I got 6 reps here. Once I'm done with 6 reps, bars down and I'm out the door for my 200-meter sprint. Get back in, rest, recuperate, go again at the 5-minute mark. Yeah, so pretty straightforward. If you don't have a barbell, this can totally be done with dumbbells, kettlebells, all that stuff. You can do power cleans with any of those implements. Use what you have at your disposal. That would be that'd be how I would attack that. If I've got one implement, I'm gonna split that up. Maybe it's 6 on my right side, 6 on my left side. We're not gonna double reps or do anything like that. Why? Because if I double repetitions, I increase the time domain in which I'm sitting at that movement, and that's gonna make it really hard to finish and have time to recuperate on every round when I've only got 5 minutes. So, yeah. Again, at 3, 2, 1, go with a running clock. Every 5 minutes, I'm doing 12 power cleans, 9 bar facing burpees, 6 floor press, and then out the door for a 200-meter sprint. Rest and recuperate, do it again. I'm going 4 rounds, so 20 minutes total of work. Track your 200-meter sprint times. Get those split times, your fastest and your slowest. I want to see both those scores when you post your score. So with that, guys, it is Saturday. Get after it. Have a great time. Can't wait to see you guys in the Zoom class. And let's get to it.